I want to talk about something that's very important. I've actually had a very difficult last few days because it's just been the world is going crazy. The United States is going crazy. And it just seems like it doesn't matter enough to make a change. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let me talk about something regarding these whole school shootings. And please, when I share this, just take it in. All I'm trying to do is help and share information, share some light on things that are important regarding school shootings that seem to be a thing here in the United States. Anyway, this is something that I wrote this morning. According to Psychology Today, the average high school kid today has the same level of anxiety as the average psychiatric patient in the early 1950s. This statement is followed by, some of the reasons may be a decrease in social connectedness. We tend to move more, change jobs, participate less in civic organizations, and we are less likely to participate in religious communities. Given that the article was published in 2008, I'm fairly certain that most will agree that the circumstances have not improved, and therefore this article is still very relevant. Even though we've made advances in specific areas, such as CRISPR, which is gene editing, Ebola vaccines and/or treatments, which is a virus that is mainly found in Africa, 3D printing prosthetics, discovering water on Mars. These are just a few examples. But what about anything that's more personal? Other than legalization of same-sex marriage. Is that all we have to show from a social standpoint over the last 10 years or so? Yes, the examples I mentioned do impact society, but do they prevent the biggest issue, which is increased rates of depression, anxiety, violence, and poverty in the United States? No, they don't. We continue to have some very pressing social issues that are not being addressed enough. How can the US, being among the richest countries in the world, continue to struggle to bring its citizens the sort of quality of life that would allow for healthy minds or a great sense of satisfaction? If you're wondering where you're at most risk when it comes to shootings in the United States, I have a picture here. You can't see it, but if you happen to go to my article, you'll see I posted it there. You're at highest risk for shooting if you're at a business. 45% happened there. But this is from 2000 to 2013. I couldn't find anything more recent, but it seems to me that that is still the case. So 45% happen in businesses. The next one, the second largest one, is in schools, 24%. 4%, which is the least one, where you're at least risk, would be in healthcare facilities, 4%. And then houses of worship would be 6%. But the biggest two would be businesses and schools. All right, now some people say, well, this is just this country in the United States. I like to think that too, but in reality, it has happened in other countries. However, it doesn't happen in all countries. There are some countries that have 0 school shootings. And you know what? The United States is the country with the largest number of school shootings. No other place comes close to the numbers that we see in the United States when it comes to school shootings. You will see this interactive map that I loaded on this article as well. You can hover over each country up until this year, and it'll show you how many school shootings have happened since like the 1970s up until this year. The United States has 288 total school shootings. Right, I know. Through the course of many years, but there are some countries there like Mexico that has 8 school shootings. Now the year is not over yet. We already have had 27 school shootings this year. In last year's numbers, we closed at 34 school shootings. I actually recommend going into that website, that link. I've provided the link there because there's a lot more information regarding school shootings from a worldwide point of view. Now, some people are suggesting the complete elimination of the Second Amendment, which is what allows people to bear arms. This is my point. Eliminating such an amendment will not solve the problem. It might be reduced, but is that what's going to make people happy? Just the reduction of school shootings? No. School shootings should not be a thing at all. That is my worry. It's like, what is in the minds of these people that want to go and shoot up a school? Switzerland has a very high rate of gun ownership, one of the highest, and yet no school shootings. It's not an issue there. Why? Okay, well, a few factors, mainly because the country is extremely diligent with doing the proper background check on the people that wish to buy a gun. If a person seems if the person even seems to be the violent type or show some sort of sign of psychological issue, they just won't sell it to them. Plain and simple. They will also contact where the person used to live in some instances. If they require more information, they have to go through psychological testing. To carry a gun in public in Switzerland, it is one of the hardest permits to get. Also, Switzerland is constantly rated among the top happiest places on this planet. People are happy there. The combination of strict gun laws and providing their citizens with a healthy quality of life should stop school shootings. At the very least, to offer the proper support for the mentally disturbed, which is only growing and at a fast rate. It's not as black and white as people think. There are many gray areas with these sort of situations, and people should know this already. Anyway,